Hey, what is up, EduMatchers? Oh man, so excited for tonight. We have the launch of Bonnie's book. Bonnie is in the house right now. She is the author of Be Awesome on Purpose, and today is her launch day. Congratulations, Bonnie!
Thank
Yay!
you. My gosh, the much awaited launch day.
Ah, yes. Such a fantastic book. Like I really, really love this, and I'm just so over the moon for you and super excited. So again, congratulations. And are you ready to dive into our questions for this evening?
I am. I hope they're all softballs.
What maybe we might have like some curveballs in there for you. No, I'm just joking. But before we get started, just giving a shout out to everybody who's tuning in. Melody is saying congratulations and that you're
Oh, thanks, Mom.
awesome. And we also have Elise saying congratulations. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We are so excited to see you here. So all right. So without any further ado, oh, what were you about to say, Bonnie?
No, I was just saying hi. And Dean's here too. Hi, Dean.
Hey, Dean. All right. Yes. Hey, Dean. Dean is saying congratulations on your launch. So awesome.
I'm not coordinated enough to type and everything at the same time. I'm just
No, I totally feel you on that. Oh man. But we're excited. So so your book, you talk a lot about your experiences both as a student and in the classroom. So tell us, what was your purpose for writing the book?
The reason why I did it is because as I started becoming an independent teacher, right? So I became involved in education as an instructional assistant. And then when I got my own classroom, what I figured out is that I did everything different than everyone else. And like someone that one of my mentors has said to me multiple times is, what's ordinary to you is extraordinary to someone else. And then I had a conversation with you, Sarah, who said, you need to put this down. You need to write a book. Yeah. What's your story? Everybody's got one. So that's what inspired me to write it, to hopefully capture the attention and empower people who are doing things differently that don't get the camaraderie in their buildings that I didn't get when I was coming up as a teacher.
Yes, that is so important. And speaking from experience, then I know how important that is. So that is just super awesome that you wrote the book for those out there who need that, who need that extra little bit of TLC. So I hear you on that. Yeah. So one thing, we absolutely love your title, Be Awesome on Purpose. I got to put this back up on the screen. Be Awesome on Purpose. Let that sink in. So we love the title. So how did you come up with that title?
I came up with it because I was thinking, like, I know what my book's going to be about. I had started writing it already. And I was just thinking, all of these mistakes I made that I turned into a victory, like all the lessons that are out of the box and all these opportunities for students to do different things that sometimes go wrong, but then the next time I do it, I can do it better. So if someone's reading this about my experiences of messing up and fixing things later, they'd be able to do things right the first time. So they'd actually be able to be awesome on purpose instead of by accident.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. I love that. And that's one beautiful thing about all of us being connected and learning and growing together and sharing, the successes, the things that might not have gone so well, just everybody being able to just kind of riff off that, remix it. And, that's just a wonderful thing. So awesomeness. Somebody in the comments, Dean said intentional.
Yes. And it's so funny because now it's almost like in my PLN and even in my household, I've kind of branded the word on purpose. So whenever anyone says anything on purpose, they look at me. I'm like, I didn't invent the word.
Right.
But I do use it a lot. So yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, totally. And we see Hedrick is in the house.
Yes.
Hey, Hedrick. What is
Rick. Hedrick
so
sent me the
much.
most beautiful song today. Oh my gosh.
Oh, what song was it?
She sang Happy Launch Day.
Oh my goodness. I want to hear this Happy Launch Day song. Maybe I need to write a book so Hedrick can sing for me too.
Yes. All right. I won't forward it to you. I'll wait.
Okay. But that is super awesome. And just definitely being intentional is just, that is, that speaks so much to what you stand for and what you do. So I love that you are, branding it and that is your thing. So absolutely. And Hedrick is also saying that she's so excited about this. So absolutely.
I'm
Fantastic.
excited that she's excited because she is an amazing person.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Both of y'all are. And speaking of amazing people, then we're about to go to Three's Company section of the the presentation. Come and knock on my door. So we are going to bring up Tracy. Hey, Tracy, how you doing?
Tracy.
Hey, I want to be Jack Ritter. I want to. Anyone who's seen Three's Company knows he gets really excited and then he.
Oh, with the bag.
That's how I feel about being here and supporting Bonnie. Hey, Bonnie.
Oh, thank you. Hi,
Sarah. I'm so excited about being here and supporting you on launch day.
Oh, we are excited to have you here. So thank you so much for being here. And if you could tell everyone a little bit about you.
Okay, great. I'm a special education teacher who has now turned into a college graduate instructor. And I can tell you that what Bonnie said earlier in the broadcast really rang true to me. If you didn't have a group of people around you mentoring you when you first got there, you were sort of left on your own. And I was fortunate enough to be one of her early readers of the book. And what dawned on me was how valuable this would have been for me 26 years ago, going into the classroom and realizing that being prepared is, they say the old saying, an ounce of prevention is a pound of cure, but it's really true. Being prepared is so important to, be able to look at all angles and get all the things that you need to be successful so your students are successful.
Yeah, totally. So being an advanced reader, was there any part of the book that particularly jumped out to you?
Well, I had to laugh because Bonnie made one of, and I'm just wondering if this is a classic blunder that all teachers make about the bathroom, but I had to laugh at her section when she was talking about, first of all, I taught early childhood and I know Bonnie teaches, older students. So I like the idea of signing out. What we came up with was a signal when they had to use the restroom so it wouldn't break up instruction and distract people. But the same thing that happened to Bonnie happened to me, where I thought, okay, I'll just put this in and then it won't distract anyone else. And then all the kids were doing this during instruction. And so I had to really say to myself, what's going on here? What I like about what Bonnie did was she started eliminating all of the external reasons that students could be going to the bathroom, but it didn't take her long to put that lens back on herself and to look at herself and say, wait a minute. Even though I have all of these ducks in a row and students aren't going to the bathroom anymore and signing out because there's accountability, they're still not invested. So instead of thinking the student's bad or the content is bad, she looked at herself and said, I'm doing all the talking. Now, in special education, direct instruction, there's a little bit of a different percentage that you have to do because so many students need the direct instruction and the repetition. But what Bonnie did is she thought, I'm only going to take 25% or less of me talking. And then she saw engagement raise. And I think that this example that she gives sets the whole tone in the book, where she's reflecting back on everything she's doing. She's not looking out. She's eliminating little quick external things, but the majority of the book is reflection and then taking that reflection in deeper and then implementing something that you can do, such as one of her deeper dives is making a vision statement for yourself. But it's all about looking at what you have in your tool chest, what you need for your tool chest, what you can take out of your tool chest, and how to keep looking back at yourself. And I think that's what I love about the book, especially in today's climate in the world. We know that there's so many issues with diversity and equity and resources and freedom and justice, but there's so many people that are pointing out at other people. I've spent the last year in COVID looking within. And Bonnie's book is a direct example of an educator who's taken decades of experience and she's reflecting that back and she's sharing that wisdom with you so that you can learn to be a reflective educator and you can learn to simply put the onus on you.
Absolutely love that. Yes, that focus on reflection, 100%. I totally agree with you on that. And yeah, that was such a beautiful encapsulation of this book and just of everything, of all of Bonnie's hard work. Bonnie is just fantastic and phenomenal. And this beautiful text that you've laid out for all of us in education. It's just so great. So that is awesome. Tracy, we want to thank you so much for joining us today. Do you have any last words before we before we say goodbye to you?
I just want to tell Bonnie a heartfelt congratulations. Thank you so much for being the educator that we all want to be, supporting all of us in the PLN, being not just a cheerleader, but somebody who really takes that deep dive within. And because you strive to be a better person, you make all of us a better person. So I just want to say thank you so much. Congratulations. And I know this book is going to be successful.
Well,
thank you. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Thank you for coming out and for all of your beautiful your beautiful tribute to Bonnie.
No, for all of that, I'm so fortunate.
You are. We're fortunate to have you. So have fun at your launch party, the rest of your party.
Woo, woo. All right. Thanks so much, Tracy.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So we have a couple of folks chiming in the comments as well. So we have Kimberly saying that you have a wonderful way of translating the big picture to application in practical ways. And Melody and Hedrick were both saying that it was such a beautiful reflection that Tracy just shared with us, and definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I know. I love Tracy, and the people that I chose for the focus group were so great. They didn't hold back, and just really were honest with me. So it was really important to have that as just another way to reflect on what I did.
Yes.
No, I'll try not to say that word again for the rest of the time.
You can say it as much as you want because it's so important and it's so powerful. Just being able to take a look back at what we've done and seeing how that will inform what we're going to do in the future. That is such a powerful practice.
Yeah, so. And it's kind of simple, right? It's just something that we have to do intentionally, make sure that we have the time and prioritize it.
Yeah, totally. Love it. So we have another question for you. So I personally think everybody should read this book, but who are the people who you think should be reading this book? Like, who is your target audience that you had when you were writing?
It's for teachers who are open-minded for one, and are ready to make some sort of a change or are curious about what a change might look like. And that's because it's not like a manual of what to do. It's examples of what I did and the reasoning behind the changes that I made. And then with some reflection questions at the end of each chapter, asking, how would this look in your classroom? What might this look like through your practice? And, don't just take my things and try to adopt them, they may not work well for you. But there are some templates and some resources that are available, but make it your own, and then connect, because I love doing that. And I think that this is just a really good springboard for like a PLC, or for like a whole school read or something like that. I think it would be really good to start conversations and move teachers toward like the direction that I finally ended up in, is with a real abundance mindset, right? Going from a deficit mindset that I was at, say, 15 years ago, to now, where the most important thing I ask myself really is, if I'm approaching my day-to-day life with this abundance mindset that everyone's doing the best they can with what they have right now, but everyone has the potential to be better, then what do my grading practices look like? What do my routines look like? Am I actually encouraging people? Am I encouraging my students to be their best? Or, what is the message that I'm actually sending to my students? And then the book pushes people to think the same way.
Absolutely. I love that, because we're all a work in progress, right?
Yeah.
So absolutely. So that whole growth mindset. So I love that piece, and I love how you literally have like a toolkit for people to access at the end of every chapter. So those actionable steps, and those reflection prompts, that's such a powerful feature.
Yeah, and it will look different for everyone, which is what's so great about it, right? If you build a PLN around it, or bring it to a PLC or a department meeting or ed camp, right? It just starts a conversation, and it's about the smolder after, right? You can come up with a lot of conversations and people can share ideas in one place, but it's the smolder after, where you get into the classroom and like, whoa, wait, no, let me try this thing, and either doing it right on the fly or planning something for the next day. I think it will, I'm hoping it will make a difference to a lot of people.
Yeah, and that smolder is like everything. Like when you get ignited by something, you're just like, oh, let's go, let's do this, right? That's such a good feeling, such an exciting feeling, and our students benefit so much from that. So
yeah, and they get fired up too, which is great. Like there are kids that come like running down the hallway to science class, like, what's this? High school science isn't supposed to be that way. Yeah.
But you make it that way because you're
I do.
on purpose.
Yeah, it is. This isn't an accident, folks.
Right, absolutely. Everything is intentional. So
yeah,
absolutely love it. So you have some personal examples that we kind of touched upon at the beginning that you use in the book. So what did you learn about yourself as you were writing this?
That the first thing was that the first thing that I realized that made me want to write the book in the first place is that I'm not that interesting to kids. Like I think that when I get up in front of a class and I'm talking about all these wonderful science things that I'm so interested in and I'm all fired up about it's not really about me. It's about the kids, right? It's about what they're interested in. So, you can start, or I can start to get kids curious, and especially not kill their curiosity, right, through my actions, but they're not there to see the Bonnie show, right? They're there. And that was a tough thing for me to come to terms with. And then after that, it's that the more I look back at myself and the things that I do, the more I want to dig deeper, right? The more I want to encourage students to do things that maybe I need to slow down in order for it to be the most effective thing for students. And sometimes I get really enthusiastic and move too quickly. So it's important for me to take a step back and make sure what I'm doing is not just out of enthusiasm, but it's actually in the best interest of students. And just to make sure the things I'm doing make a difference educationally, and they're not just, a fun room to hang out in during the school day, that actually there is learning happening. And it's a fine line, right? When the kids are saying, "Oh yeah, Mrs. Nieves is the greatest teacher. We love coming to her class," and like to make sure, why do they think this is such a great place to be? Is it because they feel valued and they know that they're going to be able to pursue the things that they're interested in, or is it because they just want to chill out and put their feet up and not do much else? So. There's a balance. Back in the early days, it was a little bit of, a little too much cell phone. I mean, this is like the really early days when kids were still using like the whatever, I don't even remember, the before smartphones.
Like the sidekicks and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I blocked that out. I don't even know, but there's a balance, and you can't beat yourself up over that. It's just, you have to take a minute, step back, figure out what you're doing, and do it differently the next time.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And I'm seeing a lot of great comments coming through. Flash some of them on the screen. The reflection, like that honest reflection that you just dropped on us, like that is a perfect example of what you model in your book, about like just being honest, being reflective, seeing what's going well, what can change over time. How you talked about how the kids were always on the sidekicks at the beginning, and how that kind of evolved. So I mean, like that's just a perfect example right there. Yeah.
And one of the things that stood out to to a lot of people that read the book was where I was talking about the kids just aren't that into me. They need something else to do. They need something else to do. Find something that's more interesting. Yeah.
Oh.
No, it's okay. It's all right. That's the way it's supposed to be, though. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be the most entertaining thing in the room.
Right. Yeah. That is true. With the self-directed learning, like with that curiosity, when I feel you 100% and agree with you. So that is super cool. So would you mind sharing with us like maybe a passage from the book?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Thank you.
I can no longer read without my glasses. So this is another thing that has happened in the last year.
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah, there's been a lot of screen time. So.
No kidding.
Right.
These are those like amber tinted ones, so I can sleep at night too. So yeah. Oh boy.
I hear you.
All right. So I'm just going to read. I'm not even going to preface it at all. All right. It is. We all have something to teach. In order to prepare students for the standardized test, I give them a copy of a previous version of a test. Instead of grading them on their performance after they've completed the test, I give them the answers. Their job is to teach one another the strategies they have learned to choose the right answer and reflect on why they have gotten an answer incorrect. I've seen students describe the traditional eliminate one option tactic and describing the importance of recalling lessons from class that help them to remember the concept that was being covered in the question. We call this activity You Teach the Class. What I have found is that this empowers students to see themselves as teachers and to see these intimidating high-stakes tests as an opportunity to learn. And so just that thing, right? That little thing where it came up one day, I was like, I got to give these kids a practice test. So we'll give them this. And then, give them the answer key too and see what happens. And they just started teaching each other. And like, now I need to figure out how to do that more intentionally and make sure they see themselves as teaching one another and not just these consumers of knowledge, but of people that actually have information that they need to share, and other people will benefit when they do. So,
Yes.
right, there's just
Love
so
that.
many little nuggets. Even one day when I was reading, I was like, wow, this is a good book.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Isn't that funny? Yeah.
absolutely love that.
Who knew?
Yeah, one thing I really love about that is like, the standardized tests, we have to do them, right? But instead of just like drilling and killing, then what you're doing is, like you said, you're empowering them, and
Yeah.
they become teachers. And by teaching something, you learn twice. So I absolutely love that. That is so
Yeah.
super dope.
Take that awful standardized test that everyone has to deal with anyway,
Right.
and turn it into something positive. If there's a way to do that, we can accomplish a lot of things we didn't think we could. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, turning it into an opportunity. So that is being awesome on purpose right there.
But at first it was an accident. So I made the mistake. Everyone else can benefit from it.
There you go. I love it. I love it. It sounds like a serendipitous mistake. So a lot of good coming out of it. Yeah. So tell us, Bonnie, we're super excited to continue to follow your journey. What other projects do you have coming up?
So I am this summer going to officially launch my consulting LLC that I started up.
Yay! Congrats!
And hold on, let me reach over for a sticker. Of course I have stickers. And it's called Educate on Purpose.
Love it.
Surprise, surprise. But yeah, I am super excited to go around, see if I can attend some ed camps, do some conferences, but get into classrooms and get into professional developments and encourage people to do the same thing that really helped me. And that's to learn from one another. Even if you're not on social media, there are people in schools that are educators are awesome people, and they just need to connect with one another and have meaningful conversations. So hopefully my experience will benefit people that will have more productive PLC times, and that will translate to more engaged and successful students. So it's the Educate on Purpose Consulting coming up.
Yay, I'm so excited for you. You're just doing awesome things. Yes, indeed. So I'm going to share your info with everyone. You can find information about the book at bit.ly/Be Awesome on Purpose. It is available on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, a bunch of other places. So just look for Be Awesome on Purpose. It's also available on the EduMatch website. So if you have gone on the EduMatch website lately, then you've probably seen a different feel when you click on the shop button. We have a brand new Shopify store, and I'll tell y'all a secret as well. If you click on the bottom part that says rewards, it's like a green button that says rewards, it has a red flag sticking up out of it, and that will gamify it. So if you buy the very first purchase that you make from that site, then it'll give you a coupon for your next purchase, and so on and so on. There's different levels to this. So check it out on the EduMatch Publishing website. And also, as you can see at the bottom, it's scrolling. If you want to get the bulk discount, just email us in quantities of 10 or more, then you can get a nice discount off of Be Awesome on Purpose. So Bonnie, we have, let me see. So Tracy's saying how amazing. Yes, y'all are amazing. Seriously.
I have the most passionate fan club of anyone I know.
Oh yes, totally. So we're behind me. Oh, what were you about to say?
I said I've got just a bunch of fabulous people behind me.
Yeah, somebody was saying that. I think Melody was saying earlier about your PLF. Yes, indeed. How everyone supports one another. That is super dope. Yeah. So speaking of comments, we now come to the fun giveaway part. So the way that we're going to do, we are going to go through the comments. I'm just going to go randomly through the comments, and then you'll just say stop. And then whoever it lands on, that person will get a free copy. So, all right. So I'm scrolling now, and just yell out stop whenever.
Stop.
Okay, we have Melody. Yay! So Melody,
That's so great.
yes, Melody, reach out to Bonnie, and and you'll be able
Yeah.
to get your copy. All right.
All the
And
way
then,
to Alaska.
yes, absolutely. And I think we have one more, so I'll keep on scrolling. So just tell me when.
Stop.
Okay, we have Dean. Dean
Yay,
being
Dean.
intentional. So awesomeness. Awesome. Thank you to everyone who was watching. Tracy said that she already pre-ordered one, so that is awesome. So absolutely. We want to thank you all so much. Elise is saying congrats.
Thanks, Elise.
Yeah, so we want to congratulate you also, Bonnie. All of us from EduMatch, like you are so inspirational and such a joy to work with. So congratulations to you, and definitely look forward to following your journey even more. So thanks so much, and thank you to everyone for tuning in. So all right,
All right.
all right, Bonnie.
All right. Bye. Bye,
All right.
everybody.
Bye, everybody. Take
Thanks,
it
Sarah.
easy. Have a great one. Thank you, Bonnie. All right.
Yep.
And